G'day! Welcome back. I guess I should say g'day, ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, and welcome back to the Just Some Aussie Gamer channel. Does that ring a bell? Has anybody heard that one before? I haven't personally heard that in a long time. Right now, I don't actually have my webcam active whilst I put a burger in and around my face. Probably not something you guys want to see. Maybe it's something you guys do want to see. Maybe you're as fucked up as I am. Who knows? Anyway, g'day to all of you who are currently watching. I'm assuming that probably includes Glenn, seeing as he's flying around. Maybe he's not watching, maybe, who knows. Anyway, Glenn, if you are watching, and I'm assuming I've got the right gamer tag, otherwise I'm probably a bit of an idiot, but we already knew that. Hope you are going well, and a massive g'day to Mr. Zach Attack as well. Hope you are doing well, and it seems like Drew is here too. Drew says you're Australian. I think so, Drew. Don't quote me on that. Just a vibe I've been getting recently is that I am an Australian. Don't know if there's any truth to it. I'll make sure to look more in depth into that one. I'll get back to you on that one, Drew. So today we are, massively awesome show planned for you here. As may or may not have said, probably didn't say, I'm Just Some Aussie Gamer, or some of you may know me as Bryce L. Great show planned for you. Continuing our east to west journey here in Australia. I've decided that today, to just mix things up, I am going to fly a Cessna 172 because I never really decided on what aircraft I wanted to bring on this journey. And, everybody likes to mix it up. Well, that's what I tell myself anyway. So, we're going to head here from Goondiwindi over to Dirranbandi. Now, there's a bloody mouthful and a half for those of you who are not from Australia. You're probably like, did he just swear at me? Maybe. Depends. I won't go too... Never mind. I won't go down that path is what I won't do. How's that sound? I think that's a much better idea, seeing as, the brain doesn't want me to actually take that left turn. It wants me to go right instead. Do not pass go, and probably... I'd like to collect the $200, but it's probably going to tell me no. Glenn says, Big Jacko, etc. are trying to land a Concorde over at Toowoomba at present. I see. As in the Toowoomba, or as in West Wellcamp Toowoomba? Because I guess West Wellcamp wouldn't really be much of a challenge now, would it? So I'm assuming the short runway Toowoomba. In which case, hey, hopefully they can do it. Glenn also says Goondiwindi. Goondiwindi. Okay, well, I'm just Australians' obsession with cask wine. I just assumed it was Goondiwindi, but there you go, Goondiwindi. The more you know. What are you eating, Star? I don't even think I want to know what she's eating. Drew says, describe the burger you are eating and do it like a Food Network boss. It's got 2 bits of bread, and it's got fried chicken, and it's got just all sorts of good stuff. I don't know, it tastes good. Like, what would you like? Would you like some ASMR, Drew? I can give you some ASMR. I can pull the microphone right up to the mouth and just, if you'd like. I mean, whatever you're into, mate, really. We may as well stream this live on Pornhub at this point. Alright. Let's actually do something aircraft related, I think. Seeing as there's no actual parking here at Goondiwindi, I'm just on the runway ready to go. The only thing I haven't obviously done is set up the autopilot. So I'm taking the Steam Gauge Cessna 172 because, let's just be really different. Let's throw 500 spanners in the works as opposed to 1. Do I even need to set up anything up on this old... Set up anything up? Yes, I need to set up anything up on this old school autopilot system. Probably not, other than maybe my altitude. So the MSA is 4,000 feet, just so that we can miss the various humps and bumps and lovely lady lumps that we will be flying over. GC Bounds, g'day mate, welcome to the stream, hope you are going fantastically. He says he says hello, not I. Let's try that again. I'm going to be joining, but I have to load up the flight sim. Yeah, no, all good, GC Bound. Mate, you know what? In fact, I'm more than happy to sit here for another 5 minutes and talk an absolute bunch of shit whilst you get your sim loaded up. I'm sure nobody at all is going to be against that. And it means more time for me to shove the burger in my mouth. And I mean, hey, maybe I'll actually have it eaten before we can even get off the ground, and then you can all look at my ugly mug whilst I speak to you as well. Just give you the whole performance as opposed to we can hear a voice. Before I actually do anything else, I should probably input the various things of the various locations that we are visiting on today's journey. So I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe we're still just in that sort of New South Wales, Queensland, South Australia pocket where sort of depending on, which wind direction the wind is blowing from depends on what state you're actually considered to be. And that's not exactly 100% the case, but yeah. Right, focus on what you're doing. Don't try and multitask. You are man. That means you cannot. So we're going to go with Victor Hotel Echo Tango Whiskey as today's call sign, east to west. We could also go with Never Eat Soggy Wheat Bix, but I mean, let's be honest, we're Australian. We probably have eaten quite a bit of soggy Wheat Bix. Well, I'm Australian. I don't know why I said we're. Everybody's now an Australian in my mind, all right? Just roll with it. GC Bound says, I feel like I have been punched in the face because I got my wisdom teeth out yesterday. So you've had some wisdom removed. That is a shame, GC Bounds. It's alright, I'm sure you've got plenty of other wisdom left to see through. Glenn's saying Goondiwindi is in Queensland, right on the border with New South Wales. That's also the wrong flight plan, GC Bounds. I haven't quite edited it yet. This is part of the reason why I'm letting the mouth do the running and not much else in the hope that I can, stop you guys from putting in the exclamation marks and all that before I've actually done it, but I haven't managed to do that, so, yeah. Just give me a moment. I'll get my shit together and then I'll pop it in there for you. I'm literally in the process of editing right now. I just, after having, basically what have I done? Like 5 streams in nearly 5 months. Just basically, I need to relearn how to operate. So I will do exactly that. Right, we are travelling a distance of 129 nautical miles today. Oops. We have an MSA of 4K. No, 4,000, not 400 feet. That would be a little bit awkward. Put the MSA in as 400 feet. Somebody's flying along. Why do I keep running into things? Well, so you can now chuck in, where's my mouse? There. You can now chuck in exclamation mark flight plan. In fact, I will do it. And we should get a result. Maybe. Hopefully. There we go. Now we're talking. Much better. Alright. So, back to the aircraft. Let's get, if the MSA is 4,000, we'll go like 4,500 just to give us a nice elevated viewpoint across things. Mr. Calling Pigeon has dropped in his TBM. G'day, Mr. Calling Pigeon. There you go, mate. Welcome to the stream. Out in the distance there, you got Bogabilla Airstrip. Let me know if anyone's driving the bus. Very few people may actually get that reference. I don't know. Hey, what you barking at? No, the burger is mine, not yours. Mine. I know, it's bullshit. I agree. This is what it is. Not for doggos. Full of onion, garlic. Not for doggos. Full of onion and garlic. I can't give it to you. Get down. In that case. Alright. Let's, GC Bounds, mate, how are you going with getting that sim booted up? I know it can be an absolute, what the hell are you doing, Star? Is there like a bug you're trying to eat or something? Is that what you... I don't understand. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, GC Bounds, mate, let me know how your progress is going there. Because obviously we don't want to go screaming off into the sunset, well, sunrise actually, before you're ready to jump in. I've been speaking about this burger for a bit now. I should probably actually continue to put it in my mouth so I can turn my webcam back on, you know? Put in the flight plan and you're loading in. Sweet. No worries at all. Oh, I'm getting bloody sauce all in my mustache. This is why I don't have the webcam on. Basically, unless you've got a food eating fetish, it's not pleasurable viewing. There we go. We have Mr. GC Bounds. Alright. Let's hit the various necessary buttons and let's get this thing up in the air and get this show on the road. There we go. Everything is stabilised well. As stable as it could possibly ever be on a Just Some Aussie Games stream anyway. Alright. What do we got? We got green arc, so I'm assuming we can rotate. Yes, we can. Try play a bit of a game of chicken with GC Bounds coming down the other end of the runway. Luckily we didn't have a head on. You're really going to have to stop licking my feet. It's just weird. If you've got a foot fetish, there's online things you can look at, doggo. Alright, so I am looking for... Well, actually, I appear to have already reached my saved altitude to set the autopilot, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand fly up here to the time climb marker, or... sorry, it's not actually the time climb marker, it's... Golf Delta India November Hotel. Yeah, Golf Delta India November Hotel. Now we'll start to make a right hand turn. Yeah, right hand turn. And we will throw on the AP. So as Glenn was saying before, we are literally crossing the border now as we speak back into New South Wales. And then as we make this turn, we'll be crossing the border back into Queensland in the space of, you know, multiple seconds. Okay. It's screwed with the altitude thing again, but that's alright. Up at like 400 feet per minute. Get down! The food is not for you. I cannot give it to you. I'm sorry. I know, I'm an arsehole. Alright. Bring those flaps in now that we've got a decent amount of speed. Bring a little bit of the power out. Everything seems to be functioning the way it should. Yeah, the border is in the river. I'm starting to see that, Glenn. So we're basically going to be, for the first 80-something nautical miles of tonight's flight, we're going to be traversing the Queensland-New South Wales border. So in a moment, I'll head out to the outside view, and basically that river that is snaking its way below us, that is the Queensland and New South Wales border. So we've got Glenn over there, we've got GC bound and calling pigeon behind, and I'm sure at some point when they get sick of popping the Concorde down into Toowoomba, I'm sure we will probably have appearances from the others as well. Scar, what are you doing? Nutcase. Complete nutcase. Like, she's basically like her owner. So, I mean, I can't really fault her for that. Right, so I'm assuming right now that the MSA is not 4,000 feet. Just, you know, it's the vibe I'm getting is that this is not a 4,000 foot MSA. But we're getting a fantastic point of view right now, I personally think. And this river just, like, snaking its way along makes for some pretty spectacular slow level. There we go. Flying. Right, I need to. Yep. Come on. Zoom in. Work with me. Come on, little nav map. Good little nav map. So we will. God, I'm just trying to figure out when we won't be following the Queensland-New South Wales border on this flight. I know I said it was for the first 80-something nautical miles, but it seems like potentially... Oh yeah, no, it is about 80-something nautical miles that we will be following the border for, and then we will be very, very deep into... Well, not very deep into Queensland. We'll be slightly deeper into Queensland when we get to Dirranbandi. I'm sure we already have permission from Dirranbandi to be deeper inside, but if not, I'll be sure to put a call out on the way there to make sure that we have permission. I see Mr. Stu has entered in his F22 as well. Stu, mate, good day. Welcome to the stream. The webcam and all that will be up very soon. We're almost finished munching on this fried chicken burger, which is just spectacular, if I may say so myself. But again, you don't want to see me eating it. It's a mess. Not to toot my own horn, but I make a fucking good burger. You can see all the farmland down here below us. I think quite a few of these locations might be, or some of them are cotton growing, cotton fields. And it looks like we're currently flying over some wheat fields as well. So, just taking the time to finish off this last little bit of the burger so that we can get into the fully interactive side of the stream. Just whilst we enjoy this wonderful Australian landscape that we're flying over. Still a little bit unsure why we have a 4,000 foot MSA on this flight plan, but anyway, is what it is. How's things going, Stu, you legendary man? It has been a while since I have spoken with you. Hope you are going well. Garwin is here. He says, good morning. Good morning, Garwin. How you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Hope life is treating you well. I'm sorry if it sounds like I've got food in my mouth, but I do. God, some of the colours on some of these, what would you call them, reservoirs for the various farming that's going on. They must have run some crazy chemicals or nutrients and all that within the, because geez, like I've never seen water that green before. Like, yeah, GC Bounds, I'm going to 4,500, mate. I always like to fly ever so slightly above the MSA. I don't know why, because the MSA is very much the safe altitude, but for some reason my brain always says just go a little bit higher. Highest in the room, guess you could call me Snoop Dogg, I don't know. The Snoop Dogg of piloting, the Snoop Dogg of flight sim streaming, who knows? Probably don't, yeah, you know. This burger is bigger than I remember it. I'm continuously chowing down and I feel like I'm making no progress at all. It's not necessarily a bad thing from a customer's perspective, you know? In fact, what I might do, give you guys some slightly louder tunes for a couple of minutes whilst I absolutely smash it down, and then we'll come back and get really into the whole streaming. Right. We are sufficiently, what's the word I'm looking for? Filled with the food. We've had our tongues in and around the thighs for a while. And we are fueled up and ready to go for this stream. So, as you look to your left, you will see a whole bunch of flat. And not the type that you can rent and live in either. It is literally just flat as far as the eye can see. Basically, if you took a pancake and you put it on the ground, you'd get a similar idea. Maybe not the vivid colours and all that, but then if we head over to our right hand side, we are greeted by more flat. So, yeah. I guess you could say this conversation is a bit flat. I know, that was just really terrible. I need a little bit of lubrication. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Don't feel like I'm speaking with dripping a little bit of Sahara Desert into my mouth at all times. Maybe I was just, some of the dirt that's down below, just rubbing it in, good for exfoliating the tongue. I don't know. Anyone exfoliate their tongue? Is that a thing? Or am I just, like, really weird? Probably I'm just really weird. I'm really keen to know where this 4,000 foot MSA begins. Like, at what point do we actually need to be above 4,000 feet? I mean, look, don't get me wrong, I'm loving being up here. I've got a great view, and even though it's very much flat still, it's very, very, there's lots of all. There's lots of all. Yeah, there's lots of all. I love when we go on flights and we see lots of all. It's just amazing. Be kind. I've done a double, and I don't usually stream at this time of the night, so the brain at this point is just sort of saying to me, like, what the? And it's fair enough. So we are flying solo. Well, according to the aircraft, we're flying solo. We're not actually flying solo. We're currently being ghosted by Garwin. There's worse people I could be ghosted by. I'm honestly, I am actually, and I guess I don't need to be, but I was going to say, I'm struggling to say much about what we're seeing right now because it's just a lot of farmland and rivers and pancakes. Anybody want some maple syrup? I got some really good maple syrup that Garwin sent my way. I wonder if I can, seeing as I've stopped eating food now, I wonder if I can get the attention of Doggo and get her involved in the stream as well. I was wondering where Calling Pigeon was heading off to, but looks like he's making a touch and go over at Boomy Airport. Boomy? Boomy. It's one of those. Glenn, if you've got any insight on the pronunciation of that one as well, it'd be great to hear it. Star! Hello. Come on. Let's go. Come here. Come on. Oh. There we go. There we go. Hey, Greg is here. He says, evening all. Good evening, Greg. Happy birthday. You can't escape it wherever you go. Boomer. Yeah, okay. So I wasn't too far off there, Glenn. I had some idea of, 50-50 chance, basically. You want to look at the camera? You worked at Moree for 10 years. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's a Moree. I know that's not quite what it actually is, but I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to roll with it. So we currently have, according to Little Nav Map anyway, we currently have 91 nautical miles to fly, top of descent in 80. I really do like how the, you know, how hit, that's all, folks. May as well, you know, I wonder if the Looney Tunes is looking for a new voiceover artist, because I think they'd do a great job with, who was it who did that? Was it, what was his name? The one who, that's all, folks. Who was that? I can't remember his goddamn name. But I reckon I could replace him with my ability to form sentences in the stream. I should probably send one of my streams to Looney Tunes and be like, hey, look, if you're ever looking for somebody who can't construct a sentence, thank you, Mel Blanc. Porky Pig, yes, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I thought Bugs Bunny was, What's up, Darren? Yeah, so the next Porky Pig. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the next Porky Pig. I mean, we'll forget the fact that I am already slightly porky and I do like the taste of pig. But, you know, cannibalism has never been frowned upon. That'll be my reasoning, I guess. Why are you doing this? You are obsessed with the floor. Why are you obsessed with the floor? What is on the floor? Like, genuinely, what is on the floor, Star? Hello? Are you actually looking at the floor, or are you just chilling out? Lizard Man is here as well. G'day, Mr. Lizard Man, you reptilian... I don't know, human? Isn't that what they say? Isn't that what the conspiracy theorists say these days? All humans are reptiles, or all humans are lizards, or politicians are lizards, or I don't know, something like that. But I guess you are proof. You know, Star, you are really difficult to have on your lap, or on my lap, should I say. Because you have so much fidget. Oh my god, you fidget so much. I don't need a fidget spinner. I've got a fidget doggo. How dare you assume they're species? Yes, sorry, Garwin. How incredibly rude of me. I will endeavour to educate myself. That is my mouse. That is not dinner. You can't eat my computer mouse. Also, can't do that. Okay? I know you think you can, but you can't. Oh, my God. Garwin. Galactic woke. There's a new phrase that I can use for you now, Garwin. You are the galactic woke man of the Just Some Aussie Gamer channel. You seem much happier now that I'm just giving you pats. Get that snoz and tongue out of my face. I do not want to share the various bits of your body that you have licked today. No thank you. I've seen what you lick. Not interested. I must ask, calling pigeon. Ooh, ooh. Does that work? Will it summon you? You're hand flying this bird and you can't seem to get it trimmed out. Fun stuff. You know, Garwin, some might say that that would be a very, very questionable sentence if this wasn't a flight sim stream and people didn't know what you were talking about. If you know what I mean. It's just, you know, like... I mean, don't get me wrong, I hate it when I can't hand fly the bird either and get it trimmed out. But, you are quite relaxed there now, so get your snars out my face. Keep your snars out your fucking mouth. Okay, alright. I understand you want to get down. You go. All good. Sorry to have bothered you. Yeah, you go back to the bed. You go back to the bed. Hang on, let me make sure that you're not sleeping on the goddamn pillow, though. Ah, you're good. You're good. I don't really want to lay my head on the pillow and get a face full of dog hair. It will set me hay fever off. Calling pigeon is heading to Mungadai. One of those. So I assume then that the whole doesn't work then. That's my best attempt at a pigeon call. It's not very good, I know, but kudos for attempting it? I don't know. Ooh, starting to see remnants of the red soil. That the iron-rich red soil that Australia is so famous for. Mungindi. Mungandai? That one. Mungandai. Maybe? For somebody who's an Australian, sometimes I do a pretty shit-ass job of pronouncing the various location names that we're flying past, that's for sure. Sometimes water is just underrated, or actually I'm currently drinking TV Static, which is my colloquial nickname. I'm sure it's a colloquial nickname? Maybe let's just drop the colloquial. It's my nickname, probably a lot of other people's nicknames as well for soda water. TV Static. That is very interesting, Darwin. He says, I just loaded it in off you without a flight plan and it picked up my flight plan without you downloading it and putting it in. So I wonder, like, I know that was always technically a feature that was supposed to work within the sim, but like personal experience, it never really did. I wonder if that's something that they've been working on behind the scenes in the last couple of World and Sim updates, and they've managed to actually get it to work. They are mainly first Australian place names, yeah. The classic in this area is what you would think would be Goondiwindi, but it's actually pronounced Muckabundy. What? How that? Fair enough. I mean, look, you know, Australia's, I guess, well known for its weird place names, as are a lot of other places around the world, but Goondiwindi is pronounced Muckabundy. Or Muckabundy, maybe. That sounds more native Australian. Zach's Gaming Lab is here. He says, hey Aussie, I bought the PC. Yeah, you did, Zach. Yes, you did. You absolute Madman. And I like it. I really like it. Good stuff. It's an investment. That's the best way to look at it, Zach. You always look at your PC purchases and your future purchases as well for anything relating to that PC as an investment in your spare time. It's a very, very poor investment because you get no return on it, but it is still technically an investment. It has a 3080. Bloody hell. Well, you're not going to have any issues running anything, that's for sure. What are we flying over? Does this look like... It looks like we're about to fly over to, like... I can only assume that these places down here... There's little two strips that you can see. I can only assume that they are private airstrips belonging to the particular farmlands that we are currently traversing across. And I guess because we're now getting so remote, this might be a more common occurrence. So maybe it's something we can implement into some of the future journeys, future flights along this journey, is making some touch and goes at the unlisted, unknown private airstrips along the way that belong to the various cattle stations and farmlands and all that we will be traversing our way across. Garwin says a lot of places around his neck of the woods are Mohawk names, so they're really stuck up and spiky. Zach says, that's all I had to say, I'll put a photo in Discord. Yeah, please do that, Zach. I'll be very, very interested to have a look at the beast you have made the decision to purchase. Now this is, I'm getting quite, I know we haven't done this particular series in a while, but I am getting quite excited about what this series has to offer, especially in some of the upcoming flights. And you can already start to see it, just the insane change in colours and scenery that we're going to be able to experience as we make our journey across here. It sort of, I guess, doesn't... When the ground looks like this, it doesn't matter that it's flat. I'm just... I keep spanning around looking for more and more... That's just the mushrooms. I keep spanning around more and more looking for more cattle stations and farms and... well, they're mostly cattle stations out this way, I believe. With more little airstrips or whatever. If we happen to see another one, I might actually make a little... just check out to see what it has to offer. I mean, it has an airstrip to offer, a private airstrip. Like, no shit, Sherlock. We're actually about to fly past a homestead, I believe, called Caligura. In fact, I believe... that it may actually be that over there on that very dark red patch of ground. So it's a hotel homestead. Who is staying out this part of the world? I'm not 100% sure. I'm guessing it's one of those like station stays that's sort of like aimed at tourists and all that who want to experience the more remote parts of Australia, including the whole part of staying on a cattle station or a working farm or that sort of thing. GC Bound says formation flight again. Oh, there he is. There he is. Very nice GC bounce, very nice. Stu says, thanks for letting you fly. Thanks for letting me fly with you. See you, Lyle. Stu, mate, have a good one, good sir. Pleasure to have you drop in and say g'day. Make sure you do that more often, if you can. I'd love to spend more time flying around you with you. Again, I will manage to construct a full sentence of more than 6 to 8 words by the end of the stream without making any mistakes. Maybe. Gowan says, I love being in the middle of nowhere, but I am not a fan of flat. You know, Gowan, as I said, I 100% agree with you, except when the flatland looks like this, does it really matter? Like, we've just seen green, white, grey, orange, red, yellow, a little bit of blue, some patches of black, some patches of like light green in the space of, you know, like a couple of minutes. You know, all good, Stu, all good. It's just it's more of a, I guess on my behalf, I'm going to be making a hell of a lot more effort to make, you know, time to stream around my crazy work schedule, and obviously I'd love to have you along. That's all what I'm really saying. Obviously, I don't want you to feel pressured that you've got to be here. You know, I want to make that very clear. Garwin says, from the air, yes. Yeah, I mean, look, I'll be 100% honest with you, Garwin. If I was not flying over this and I was driving across it instead, I'd probably have a very different point of view. I'd still be very impressed with, you know,